Hi, welcome to my channel, Universal Soul Vibrations. These are going to be the weekly messages for water signs for the week of May 6th to the 12th. Please remember that these are general messages and may not resonate with everyone. If you like the channel, like the messages, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Alright, we're going to pull one card to see what you need to let go of this week, water sign, from the Enchanted Map deck. And the water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs need to let go of this week. The Dragon's Lyre. Okay, so when we talk about the Dragon's Lyre, I know the Dragon's Lyre looks like a really, really scary card. You know, you got this castle covered in ice and this dragon looming over it. But this card talks about, you know, knowing that you're always protected and divinely directed. But it's knowing when your internal warning, your intuition is kind of out of alignment, and you're kind of heading into a path of some dangerous territory, something that's going to challenge you. So what I'm getting from this card is I sense a lot of fear from this card. Fear of, you know, this card is about a new experience coming into your life that's going to, you know, test your will and courage. And the choice is yours as to whether, you know, you want to take the risk or remain unchallenged. But there's new territories that are wanting to be discovered. And with this being in the let go stage, I really feel, but with me, I sense there's a lot of fear around that. There's a lot of fear about moving into the unknown is what I'm getting with this card for water signs. And this week, you need to let go of is letting go of the fear of moving into newness, moving into new territory, something that's you know, might be a little uncomfortable for you. But, you know, we need to experience life to the fullest, and sometimes we need to move into uncomfortable territories in order to do that. So you need to release that fear about change and about moving into something that you might be unfamiliar with. And what do you need to work on this week, water signs? Work on this week. Okay, so we got the coming apart card. You know, as I look at this card, I feel like you need to be working this week, water signs, on bringing yourself back to a whole. I feel like there is a separation from within is what I'm hearing as I look at this card. And, you know, this card talks about taking separate paths, but to me, when I'm looking at this card, there needs to be pieces of you that you need to leave behind and separate from, so that you can bring together the pieces that remain as a whole, is what I'm getting. But this also talks about, you know, putting an end to things that no longer work for you this week. So that's what you need to work on this week, is water signs, is that getting rid of the pieces of you that don't suit you any longer so that you can come together as a whole, and also getting rid of, getting rid of things that in your life, that putting an end to things in your life that are no longer working for you. Alrighty, and let's see what the key to everything is this week for the water signs. Okay, so we got the Gentle Gardener card for you guys as the key to getting through the week. And the Gentle the Gentle Gardener card is about being your own person, and being a conscious co-creator of your own life. This card comes in to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are what create your reality and create your experiences in life. This card is saying the key for you this week is to remember that what goes on in your head, your thoughts, your actions, what you believe is what you manifest in your life. So this card is asking you that you need to believe in limitless possibilities so that great abundance can come into you. The Gentle Gardener, it guarantees the integrity of everything that you send out into the world. And it's asking you to stay positive so that you can bring this abundance. So maybe, there haven't been a lot of positive thoughts going on, feelings going on. And when we feel that way, that's what comes into us is crap, basically. So this card is asking you to remember that how you feel and how you think is what the universe sends to you. All right, let me get some clarifiers here. Why is the Dragon Liars the Coming Apart card here? It's the Dragon's Liar and the Coming Apart card here. Okay, so we got the Dragon's Lyre. In between there we got the Two of Wands. Why is it coming apart in the Gentle Gardener? So, the Two of Wands talks about, having choices in front of you. And we got the Hierophant. Having choices in front of you, and it's time for you to pick which path you're going to walk down. You were asked to let go of your fears. Are you going to choose to do that? Are you going to choose to let go of the things, that aren't working for you in your life anymore? Or are you going to stay in the place, the Gentle Gardener talked about maybe not having the greatest of thoughts and feelings at the moment. Are you going to stay in that place, or are you going to move more towards the thoughts and feelings that can bring greater abundance into your life? With the Coming Apart card and the Gentle Gardener, we got the High Priest. The High Priest card is about... the beliefs that have been instilled in us, by our parents or how we were brought up. Traditions that have been around. But, the Gentle Gardener card is saying don't get stuck in those. And maybe it's time, with this in between the Gentle Gardener card and the Coming Apart card, I'm kind of thinking that it's time for you to maybe release yourself from some of these belief systems and traditions or whatever it is that have been instilled in you from the time of your, the time of your birth. And if you look at him, he's holding up 2 fingers. Got to make that choice, That's what the 2 of Wands. Are you going to stay in fear and not be willing to look at your life and see what needs to go and what needs to stay? Or are you going to move into the place where you're kind of willing to move into the unknown and release some things? Yeah, it's time for you to, water signs, take a look at the sides of your life where there's certain things that maybe that have control over you. Whether it be beliefs, whether it be the choices themselves. But the shadow side card, talks about, it's the devil card in the other decks. It talks about, either someone else or situation that has power over you. And about giving your power away. And this card is asking you to really look your fears in the face this week, okay? Water signs? Let's look at each sign. We're going to start with Cancer first. We'll move these cards up here. Because we really do not go anywhere. There's no forward movement when we tend to sit in our fears and not face them and actually allow them to control us. All right, what are the messages for Cancer for the week of May 6th to the 12th? What are the messages for Cancer for the week of May 6th to the 12th? Up, shadow side again. So, Cancer, it's time for you to look at those fears, look at those things that are holding you back. Face them head on. And lots of times, the fears are illusionary. False evidence appearing real. So, are you just, creating these fears? Or is it really something that you need to fear? And that's probably, with the coming apart card, that's what needs to be, worked on and released this week. We got the Wheel of the Year, it's called in this deck, but it's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is about cycle, things coming to an end and new beginnings, but it's also about the ups and downs of life. We all go through those ups and downs of life. It looks like with the Wheel of Fortune coming here, it's time for you to head towards a different cycle in your life. One where, we don't allow the temptations, the fears, to control us. One where we take the wheel. It's time for you to take the wheel, Cancer, and direct your life the way you want it to go. We got the Empress, and the Empress is at the center of your reading. The Empress is all about growth, new birth. So it's time for you to birth something new. Time for you to step in a new energy, one that's more nurturing to you. Three of Swords, broken heart. Yeah, so what I'm getting so far is that with the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of the Year, whatever you want to call it, change is coming in. also with the Empress, there's a birth of something new coming in. After a time of, you know, kind of allowing your fears, allowing something to control you, um, you know, giving your power over to something, um, you know, being in a place of feeling, you know, loss, heartache, heartbreak. Um, and, you know, the High Priestess is coming in to say, you know, listen to your intuition in this situation, but also she brings healing. I feel like the High Priestess is very healing, but she also, you know, she knows all. The High Priestess knows all. She's sitting on top of the universe and the moon, and you know, letting all the information come in. So I think there's going to be some healing occurring here this week. Yep, there you are, Cancer, the King of Cups. We got a water sign right there. You know, but in order to, I think, allow this change to occur, you know, you're going to have to move out of that place of the fear. The King of Cups, you know, he's very much in control of his emotions and his feelings. So gaining control over this feeling of fear about something that caused you heartache and loss. And then, you know, it looks like the change and the new birth of something. The Knight of Wands is coming in with this. So the change is definitely coming in because the Knight of Wands brings in change. Why is the Empress and the Three of Swords here? This one. Yep, because, you know, we got between the Empress and the Three of Swords, we got the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is about you know, leaving behind those things that no longer serve us. So, you know, there's something here that in these cups that are left behind that wasn't working for you and was causing you heartache, okay? And I think this week you're deciding to walk away from it. Walking away, to me, it empowers this coming apart card. Walking away from the things in your life that are no longer working for you. Like I said, we got the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands definitely brings in change. But the Knight of Wands also asks you to embrace that change and enjoy the journey itself, okay? So there's definitely movement occurring, and, you know, this card asks you to expect the unexpected. So there's definitely movement happening with you guys this week because we got the Wheel of the Year and the Knight of Wands. Both talk about change, and then the Empress is about, you know, the birth of something new, nurturing something new. It's time to walk away from anything that's causing you this heartache and this sadness and the conflict, okay? We got the conflict card between the heartache and the High Priestess. So, Cancers, it looks like you guys need to kind of look at some things this week. Face your fears. Gain control of that emotion of fear. Because change is coming in for you guys. It's kind of imminent here. And I think you're going to choose to make some decisions to walk away from some situations that have caused you some heartache. There's been conflict. And there's going to be some healing that's going to occur. And, you know, the birth, a new you coming out of this is basically what I get with the Empress in the middle of this. Alrighty, Cancer, let's look at Pisces next. Could be a new offer of love, Pisces. Or a reconciliation with the Page of Cups. The Moon. There you are, Pisces, in your own reading. The center, we've got the Ace of Swords. Messages for Pisces for the week of May 6th to 12th. King of Swords, he came out, but I wasn't feeling comfortable with it. Since he came out again, you're getting him. So it looks like there may be, for Pisces, there may be some new offer of love this week. There could be. When the Page of Cups comes in, it can be bringing in a message of love. But it doesn't look like everything is you might not be sure about it, is what I'm getting with the Moon here card. Everything's kind of not revealed. You're not quite sure you want to do it. But at the center, we've got the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about, you know, new clarity is going to be brought in. So finding clarity. So Pisces, you're going to be finding some clarity this week. Okay, we got the couple here and the Queen of Swords, but she's turning her back to the King of Swords, so she doesn't want anything to do with him. So at the center of your cards, we've got the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords definitely, it's a new beginning. But I feel like it's bringing in, you know, the Ace of Swords is about logical, the thinking. So clearer thinking, a new clarity is coming to you this week. It could be about a relationship. There could be a renewal in a relationship. You know, with the Moon card here in between these two, I'm feeling like you just weren't quite sure, possibly about this relationship. That's this offer that's coming in, because everything wasn't clear, but it feels like there is going to be some clarity found this week in regards to that. We got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Now when we get two of the same suit here, the swords, that's usually like the ultimate power couple, you know, soulmate couple. But with the Knight of Swords here, you know, the Knight of Swords talks about he doesn't have any fear. You know, there's a lot of excitement, movement, adventure. It's about a need to take action. We've got the King though, so he's the more advanced person of this. And when the King of Swords comes up, he's talking about maybe there's some actions that might have occurred that are being called into question. And he's asking you to turn your knowledge into action. But be fair and just. So maybe somebody's actions in the past didn't sit well with you. Maybe that queen there, that Queen of Swords actions did not sit well with you. And, you know, you called their actions into question. But it looks like this week, yeah, I'm feeling like this is the person, the queen is her actions is what you're calling into play here. But you know, the swords represent air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But remember, the signs don't own the cards. It just may be the energy. And the Queen of Swords energy can be somebody who's very, you know, she's a bit cold, to the point, matter of fact. You know, with this Queen card, if you look at her, she's extending her hand and kind of saying, okay, she's welcoming you in. Come on in. But she's also got this sword in the other hand ready to, you know, knock you down if you need to be knocked down. So it may be somebody in your life that has that kind of personality. And it feels like you're calling their actions into question this week. Or you did in the past. You know, some knowledge came to you. I don't know what it was. But you're now that you've got this knowledge, you're turning it into action. But it's telling you to be fair and just because you've got both, you know, all these swords. So there is going to be some clarity, I think, this week as to why the person acted this way. You know, there was kind of some secrecy, not secrecy, but you know, I see the Moon card, very mysterious energy around this person's actions. And it also looks like a new offer is coming in. There may be an offer coming in to mend this relationship this week for Pisces. Let's see why we have some cups. Sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards. That's the Page of Cups and the Moon card here. Spirit, give me one card, not 12. One card is 12. Page of Cups. Card. Okay, so we got the 10 of Cups. So it looks like, you know, this offer that's coming in, we got the 10 of Cups between the Page of Cups and the Moon. So I'm kind of feeling like, you know, whoever's making this offer, at one time you felt like, you know, this person, they were kind of a wish fulfillment to you. You know, they made your world whole, but then, you know, they pulled whatever they pulled. And that kind of broke down. That's what I'm seeing with the coming apart card. Why is the Moon and the Ace of Swords here? We're going to take this one. Yeah, there needs to be, sorry, let's put it this way. The Five of Swords is between the Ace of Swords and the Moon card. So there needs to be, you know, this card talks about, you see all these little busybodies here. Something needs to be cleared. The air needs to be cleared so that change in the relationship can occur, whether it, you know, whether that's one of the things that you need to cut out. It could be that, you know, you're cutting out the bullcrap of this person from your life. And the secrets need to be revealed. And then between the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, we've got the Chariot card. So there's definitely going to be some forward movements. You may choose to move away from this Page of Cups offer. Queen of Swords here. So from what I'm seeing from all these cards, there definitely needs to be, um, you know, a conversation or something that needs to happen. There needs to be clearing of the air. But, you know, I'm kind of feeling that this offer that's coming in, you're not going to accept it. You're moving, the Chariot's moving away from this offer, not towards it. Because you're just not, because of the actions of this person in the past. And, you know, too much secrecy kind of illusions, I want to say. You know, what they were presenting isn't what they really were. You're going to choose to move away from this offer, what it looks like to me. Yeah, this person definitely, this Queen of Swords, whether it be an air sign or someone that just holds, you know, the qualities of that, definitely had brought anxiety, sleepless nights into your life. And I really think that you are just going to choose to move away from this person this week. You know, you may choose to have a conversation just to clear the air a little bit, but I think you're going to use your wisdom that you've gained through this whole thing to just take that sword and cut them out. That's going to be one of the things that needs to go. All right, Scorpio, you're next. Conflict card. So there's some type of conflict going around you this week, Scorpio. Or maybe you're causing the conflict. The messages for Scorpio. Ace of Pentacles. Conflict could be at work for Scorpios. Pentacles, you know, it's that material stuff in the world. Work, possessions. You know, the Ace talks about a new beginning, but I'm feeling like there might be some conflicts at work. At the center, you've got the Wheel of the Year. The Wheel of the Year, change needs to occur. So you might be thinking of looking for a new employment because of these conflicts this week, Scorpio. Or a new employment offer may be offered to you and you're conflicted about it. But with the Fool coming in, talks about, you know, being able to take a risk, take that leap of faith and move towards this change. Because if you look, the Fool is, you know, going to jump off that cliff towards the Wheel of the Year. The Wheel of the Year also is a 10, so it talks about completion of cycles. So it looks like, Scorpio, your reading, your cards are about work. There's either work, a conflicting situation at work, or you're being offered, I think it's more you're being offered a new employment opportunity. You're being offered a new employment opportunity, and you're conflicted as to whether you want to take it or not. But at the center of the reading, you've got the Wheel of the Year, and the wheel is talks about change, making change, ending of cycles. So it sounds to me like this change is definitely needed. You're being asked to look at the situation and be willing to take that leap of faith towards that change. And the Page of Cups, you know, brings in an offer. Usually it's an offer of love, but this just could be that offer of new, you know, the offer of the Ace of Pentacles, that new job. It could be an offer, you know, that of an opportunity that is really appealing to you. Yeah, it looks like, you know, There might have been some betrayal, some type of betrayal. You felt a bit betrayed with your current position. By a Queen of Wands individual. Queen of Wands, you know, with the new job opportunity and the change, actually it could be the Queen of Wands, someone with the Queen of Wands energy that's offering it to you. But also Wands talks about, you know, the spark, igniting that spark, igniting that passion. So, you know, there could be some conflict, some betrayal going on at your current employment, place of employment, and you're wanting something new, a new opportunity. And with the Wheel of the Year, it's saying that change is definitely needed and that you need to be willing to take that risk, and that it looks like with the Page of Cups, a new offer may come in that may be appealing to you. We've got the Queen of Wands energy in here with, I think that's either that's the person who's going to be offering you the new opportunity. You know, and the Queen of Wands energy is very much, you know, a fiery, passionate type of energy. But it also could just be that this new opportunity that may be offered to you employment-wise is going to bring the fire and the passion back into you. Because, I mean, obviously when we feel like we're betrayed, we got 10 swords hanging out of our backs. There really isn't much fire and passion going on there. There isn't a spark. I think the new, you know... Okay, so... And then we got the Justice card between the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. The Justice, the card is about balancing the scales. It's about, you know, fairness. So I think that this new job opportunity is going to be more of a balanced situation for you if you're willing to take that leap. It's going to be a situation that's going to... you know, it's going to be a situation that takes you on for the, they're more interested in the skills and the abilities than the backstabbing and the conflict. They don't have time for that. It also could be some type of employment opportunity in, you know, the law area when I see the Justice card. And in between the Fool and the Page of Cups, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about clinging on to things tightly. What are you holding on to? Holding on to grudges. Or, you know, this is here to say, don't hold on to this current job because it's not doing any good for you. That you really need to move out of that place of, you know, because the current job, you know, it's something that you've had, it's security, it brings home a weekly paycheck, so we fear kind of, you know, just kind of dropping things and moving to something new, and I think that's the message of this card for you guys, Scorpio. And I'm going to pull one card from the Spirit Oracle, and that will be it for water signs. Let's see what the Spirit Oracle has to say. That's the message for water signs. Go May 6th to 12. Okay, you got the Moon Goddess. You know, and the moon always makes me think of water signs. A time of necessary upheaval, a blessing in disguise. I think this is your message, Pisces. But I think it's the message for all of you because it's absolutely, you know, I pulled it for water signs. But each one of your readings had something in there about change and upheaval. But it's going to be a blessing in disguise is what this says. As the dust settles, the gift reveals itself. Okay, so change is going to be a blessing in disguise, and it's, you know, going to be a gift into your life. Have a great week, water signs.